Helicopters pick bodies from the sea, testimony to the power of the wave of water that hit the city. Others were simply swallowed by landslides. The grim task of recovering the bodies continues. Search and recovery teams are working together with specialized sniffer dog units. The water was like a tsunami, cutting through this city, wiping out more than just buildings.
The whole family lived next to each other. We were all neighbors. We lost 30 people so far. That's 30 members of the same family.
Many still unable to comprehend what they lived through.
At
3:30 in the morning, the hurricane intensified and there was wind. I live on the top floor of this building. I opened the window and saw the storm attacking us.
Mass graves have been dug and are now being filled with bodies, helping the injured just as urgent a task.
We are still looking for victims. We call on all young Libyans, anyone who has a degree or any medical affiliation, to please come help us. We have a shortage in nurses. We need help.
Medical facilities are overwhelmed. Many are damaged. In the nearby city of El Beida, doctors and nurses wade through ankle-high water in the local hospital, many of the patients having to be evacuated. The stream of aid and emergency rescue workers from around the world is growing. From Qatar, Egypt, Turkey, Algeria, the European Union, and even Palestine, specialized teams have come to help a nation politically divided, united in grief. Mike Appel, Al Jazeera.
Well, you recall Libya plunged into violence in 2011 after its longtime leader, Muammar Gaddafi, was toppled and killed. Since then, it's been ruled by two rival administrations. In the West, there's the UN-recognized government, led by Prime Minister Abdulhamid Dbeibeh in Tripoli. It controls the areas there in blue. The eastern-based parliament is backed by the Libyan warlord, General Khalifa Haftar. The areas there in red are under his control. Now, despite international pressure, the rival parliaments have failed to unify for years. Elections were scheduled for December 2021, but never happened due to differences over candidates, among other sticking points. Meanwhile, cargo planes now filled with humanitarian aid and rescue teams are arriving in Libya. Charles Stratford travelled to Benghazi on a Qatari aid flight that's now dropped off much-needed aid and medical supplies.
What you can see being unloaded here is a field hospital, part of Qatar's contribution to this seemingly growing international aid effort to Libya. This is one of three Qatari military C-17 cargo planes expected to arrive in Benghazi today. The Libyan security forces that I've spoken to in the last few minutes say there have been a number of planes that have arrived here already in the last 24 hours, planes from Turkey, planes from Algeria, planes from Tunisia. The aid also includes medical equipment, medicine, food, tents. We know that Benghazi, although affected, has not been as devastated as that town of Derna, which is around 350 kilometres from here. So all the equipment, all the aid that you can see being delivered here is going to be taken to Derna as quickly as possible, because we know that there are thousands of people still missing and thousands more who have lost their homes and their businesses. We've seen those pictures, those horrific pictures, that scar that runs right the way through Derna where that wall of water crashed through and destroyed all those buildings. So yeah, it's vital that no time is wasted and that this aid gets to the areas where it's most needed. Charles Stratford, Al Jazeera, Benghazi.